Hello, Virgos, and welcome to this, your September 2024 reading and predictions. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, you probably watched last month's video, and last month's video for August was all about getting something new out into the world, birthing something new, getting a new endeavor out there, maybe starting a new business. I would love to hear in the comments how that's going for you guys. All right. Excuse me. So today we are going to jump into where you are at now here as I do this reading for you at the end of August. We're going to take a look at what you're focusing on. We know that what you focus on, you begin to manifest wherever you put your thoughts. Our thoughts become our manifestations in our reality. We are going to take a look at what's challenging you. What are your difficult influences? We're going to take a look at what you don't see coming for the month of September. We're going to look at your final overall outcome. So the initial cards that I'm going to pull for you are going to be cards of where you are at now. But I think what we're going to end up having to do here is collect up all of these cards that came out because there are probably about 25 cards that have decided that they want to say something, but this is a general reading for all of those born under the sign of Virgo, including sun, moon, and rising. And if I do a general reading with 20 or 25 cards for just one portion of the reading, it's going to be a very long reading. All right, could we please have two, maybe three more cards for Virgo for September? Anything else for Virgo? There we go. There's our three cards. First card out is the Nine of Swords. What are you worried about, Virgo? The Nine of Swords is a card of worry and catastrophism. And as I already mentioned at the beginning of this reading, what we think about, where we put our thoughts, is what we begin to manifest. So if you are lying awake in bed at night, Virgo, going, oh my God, then eventually the universe is going to hear all of those worries, all of the catastrophism, all of the, oh my God. And the universe is going to say, oh, you must want more of that. Here you go. All right. So it does look like you are starting off this reading at the end of August as we move into September. So likely in and around the Labor Day weekend, which happens to be when I'm recording this. And yeah, you're going to want to get a handle on it. You're going to want to figure out exactly what it is that you are worrying about. Now, we have a hint as to what it is you're worrying about, and that would be the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is about planting seeds and tending those seeds in order to be able to get something new out into the world. Now, as I mentioned in last month's reading, in your August reading, the cards indicated that you were in the process of putting something big, some new endeavor, some new business venture out into the world, some new idea. Oh, geez. Wow, where did that come from? Just got blindsided with that message. For some of you Virgos, you female Virgos out there, this may be fertility. I don't know why, but I just had a download that for some of the Virgos, the new endeavor that you're putting out into the world, and this is obviously a small majority. Don't forget, this is a general reading for all of the Virgos out there. But for some of the Virgos out there, there's fertility bubbling to the surface, possible pregnancy, possible bringing new life into the world for a small number of you. Now, for those of you who are interested, I am a psychic, I'm a tarot reader, but I am also a certified hypnotherapist and a certified intuitive counselor with more than 20 years experience. So if you're interested in delving deeper into your own personal situation, I'll leave my contact details down below for you to be able to book a private session. So, getting back to your reading, Seven of Pentacles is about planting and tending your seeds. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is about having planted the seeds and more tending them. This one is about the initial soil preparation, getting your seeds ready. If you're planting, I don't know, something like sweet potatoes, you need the clippings. Whatever the case may be, there is something that you are still in the process of planning, putting out there. And whatever it is, it directly relates to your financial stability as well, Virgo. Which brings me to your next card, which is the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance card is about finding balance in our lives, the balance between putting too much time into planting our seeds and tending them, or putting too much time and effort into worrying about the future versus spending time enjoying yourself. It's about finding that balance, the work play balance that we hear about all of the time, right? If you're spending all of your time playing video games, that may be bringing you to worry about your financial future. So it all comes back to this Temperance card. And don't forget, the Temperance card is a card from the major arcana, which means that its message is a little bit more shouty than the minor arcana cards. We're supposed to sit up and take more notice when the major arcana cards come up. And so this card really is saying, Virgo, in order for you to get through the month of September with, I don't want to say that. Okay, I'm getting a download and it's an audible. How can I rephrase this? I'm just going to come out and say it. All right. If you're getting pulled in one direction and then in another direction, then over here and then over here, and you're catastrophizing and you're worrying and all of the rest of this stuff, you are going to feel like you're being pulled apart at the seams, like you're losing your marbles, literally. That was the saying that I had the download that if you don't want to feel like you're losing your marbles by the end of September, the best way through this is at this time, right in and around the Labor Day weekend, right in and around the shift from August into September. You're going to want to really, really figure out how to find a balance in your life, a balance between um, worry. Like, are you worrying about things that you can't control? Or are you worrying about something that you could change or shift? And if it's something that you can change or shift, take that action, go for it. And then it's going to be wiped off your slate and you can move forward and bring yourself back into balance. All right, let's dive into what you are focusing on. Where are you putting your attentions for September? What are you hoping to manifest during September? What are you focusing on, Virgo? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get all the way out of my seat to go and grab that one. That one really flew. It's halfway across the room. All right. So let me go on a search. I'm just gonna pause this for a moment. All right, are we recording again? Yes, we are. Okay, Virgo. The card that went absolutely flying across the room is the slowing down card. Right? Slow and steady wins the race. If you are getting pulled in this direction, and all over the place, and I keep seeing this image of like sticky taffy that, the sticky taffy gets stuck over here and you go to pull it off and all of a sudden your hand's stuck to it. So you stick your hand to something else and now your hand is stuck there, but it's still stuck to this sticky taffy. And then you go to pull that away and like you're just almost caught up in this. When you see in cartoons and the cartoon character is playing with something sticky and they get themselves all wrapped up in it, because the harder you fight against something that is sticky and perhaps a little bit unpleasant, the harder you fight against that, the more stuck you get. Think of quicksand, for example. They say, and I don't have personal experience in this, but I have, obviously read about it. If you get yourself stuck in quicksand, the worst thing you can do is fight against it. The more you fight against it, the deeper that you sink into the quicksand, the more stuck you get. The best thing you can do is slow down, take a few deep breaths, and then think your way through it. Think your way out of it. Now, let's see what else we have here in your reading. Yes. Okay. So, what's actually causing you um, to get caught up in all of this? You have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is the guilt card. I'll get into this card in just a moment. And you also have the morality card. This is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so a couple of swords coming in here. The thing, and you also started off your reading with the Nine of Swords, right? So the thing with the Suit of Swords is the Suit of Swords is ruled by the mental realm, the realm of thought and mind. The problem with the realm of thought and mind is we often get ourselves caught up in our thoughts. If this, then that. And we begin projecting, if this, then that. And the saying comes to mind, if you're living in the past, you're often depressed. If you're living in the future, you're in a state of anxiety. We only have right now in this moment. Slow down and live in this moment. Because if you're projecting into the future, if you're thinking, oh my goodness, what if, right? And, oh my goodness, what if? You're gonna be stuck in that sticky taffy. You're gonna be stuck in a cobweb. You're gonna be stuck in quicksand. Okay. The morality card. Yeah, this is about getting caught up in our own morality and thinking, well, I know better. The thought that comes to mind with the morality card coming in, and this whole reading just kind of went off the rails here, Virgo. Hopefully, we'll get it back in just a moment. But the morality card. The morality card came up a lot in 2020 and 2021 when a certain medical procedure was introduced to the world. And there was a whole lot of morality, a whole lot of my choice is the right choice and yours is the wrong. And it created this division amongst pretty much every soul on the planet that lived through the past 5 years. And when you're caught up in your own morality, you don't have the opportunity to keep an open mind, to see things from another perspective. And when that happens, that can be what we call a slippery slope. It can also make us feel like we're trapped. As I mentioned, I was going to get back into this card. This card corresponds to the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords in the more traditional tarot, in the Rider-Waite deck and so on, is depicted with a character loosely tied up, partially blindfolded, and surrounded by a number of swords stabbed into the ground. And the meaning behind this card is sometimes we find ourselves feeling like we're trapped, especially with the morality card right next to it, where we feel like our way is the only right way. We're not willing to listen to any of the other options out there. That can lead us into a position of feeling like we're trapped in a situation. And are we really trapped? No, we put ourselves there. That's where the guilt comes in, right? This is a card of accountability. We put ourselves in that situation by putting ourselves on this high moral horse, thinking, well, our morality is right. So, what I'm getting here for you, Virgo, for the month of September is you're worried about a lot. You're worried about a lot of things that you can't control. You kind of have put on some blinders with regards to being how to see things. And the way out of this is the fact that these cards here, for what you're focusing on, you have the slowing down card over here. And on this side, you have the Beyond Illusion card. I'll get into this card in just a moment. And in the middle, you have morality and guilt. There is something, some belief system, a really, really strong, firm belief system that you're holding on to for dear life, but there's signs and symptoms in your life pointing to the reality that that belief system may not be based in truth. That is causing you worry and concern. It's causing you to feel like you're trapped. It's causing you to kind of have this air of morality about you. And the best way through it is beyond illusion, being able to see beyond illusion. Now, this card corresponds to the Judgment card from the major arcana of the tarot. The Judgment card is not about morality and sitting in judgment of others. It's about you, Virgo, sitting in judgment of self. Are my beliefs my own? And I really, really think that that is your lesson for the month of September. Are my beliefs my own? If yes, go forward. If you are questioning whether your beliefs are your own, if you're questioning whether what you've believed your entire life may not be based in truth, then dive deeper into that. Delve deeper. And the best way to delve deeper into it is to go slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting month for the Virgos out there because I think that there's a spiritual awakening happening for you guys as you question certain truths and certain things that have been told to you that you have absorbed and believed as truth. I would be surprised if we see the Hierophant come out here too. But anyway, let's move on. No, that one's on the floor. To your challenges and difficult influences. Challenges and difficult influences for Virgo for the month of September, please. All right, so we have quite a number that have come out here. How many do we have? Four. That's not so bad. Let's get your card off the floor. Yeah, you have the Strength card in. Oh, yeah, you've got a whole bunch of major arcana coming out here as well. You've got the King of Autumn. Yeah, King of Pentacles coming in here. And you've got the Queen of Winter. Oh, okay. This is the second time that you've got the Queen of Swords coming up. Queen of Winter corresponds to the Queen of Swords. Same card, same meaning. The Queen of Swords is coming out in your difficult influences, meaning that this morality is going to rear its head over and over and over again in the month of September, Virgo. And you're really, really going to have to delve deep into your own morality, into your own sense of self, into your own sense of truth in your belief systems, okay? And the reality is that as you become more aware of what is true and real for you, you may need to let go of certain people, places, and things that no longer align with you and your new reality. It's interesting as well that the king and queen came out together. Whenever we have the court cards, especially a king and queen coming out together, guess what? It's an indication that there is a relationship, a one-on-one relationship. It may be a romantic relationship that is involved. And don't forget, these cards were pulled for your difficult influences and challenges, Virgo. Which means that as you are tackling this morality times two, as you are questioning your own truth, as you're sitting in that, a relationship that you're involved in is also going to be brought to question. And remember what I said at the very beginning, that I felt like some of the worry that you were experiencing was directly related to your finances. And guess what? The King of Autumn is the king of all finances. He is the richest king in the deck. And this is telling me that as you question your morality, when it comes to a relationship, Virgo, you're also questioning finances. All right. Which brings me to the Strength card in your difficult influences. The Strength card is a card of tapping into strength that you didn't even know you had. You are stronger than you think you are. Now, remember the saying, the universe will never give you more than what you are ready to handle, even though at times you may seem or feel like you are being overwhelmed. The reality is that everything you've experienced up until this point in your life has prepared you for what is coming. Okay. This card coming up in your difficult influences is basically not saying that you don't have the strength. It is your reminder that you do have the strength and to believe in yourself. And you have the moon coming up in your difficult influences. Now, the moon is all about epiphanies, paying attention to your dreams and your intuition. This card coming up in your difficult influences, Virgo, is the universe's way of saying you're not paying attention to the messages that we're sending to you. So, Virgo, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuition. Spend a little while as we shift out of out of August and into September. Take a few moments or even longer to really, really tap in. Where does my intuition come from? Is it a gut feeling? Is it a fluttering in my heart? Is it a sense of knowing? Is it a vision, a clairvoyance? Is it something whispering in my ear, a clairaudience? How does my intuition speak to me? And then really, really pay attention to it in the month of September. Messages from the universe for Virgo. We're going to go through this again because of the way that it came out. All right. Messages from the universe for Virgo for September. Okay, apparently we have a whole stack of cards that decided to come out. So the first card that jumped out all by itself was possess self-confidence. Yeah. Yeah. Possess self-confidence for sure. Believe in yourself and believe in the truth of your belief systems, right? I could delve way deeper into this one. This one is opening a whole can of worms that on a general reading, I really, really can't get into. This reading would end up being way too long. As it is, we're already at 25 minutes in, and I still have some more cards to pull for you. So I'm going to move it along, but this reading could go way deeper. Be yourself. Take responsibility for your actions. Lead by example. And accept struggles as lessons. Ooh, yeah. There's that strength card coming up in your difficult influences and accept struggles as lessons in the background there. Let's pull this one forward, this one in the background. Oh, yeah. Those are powerful messages, Virgo. All right, let's take a look at what you don't see coming. What is unexpected for Virgo in September? Ooh, a little bit of Zen. I think you're going to need that. But that's part of your slowing down. And that's part of your moon card, paying attention to your epiphanies. All right. Okay. You have the Ten of Wands coming in. Ten of Wands coming in your unexpected. Ten of Wands is a card of feeling like you are carrying someone else's burdens. Maybe you're carrying your own burden. Only you can answer that question, Virgo, but this is a card of carrying a burden up a hill. So it is a sense of feeling like you're carrying around someone else's burden. And you know what? This card often appears when we are looking at our own morality, when we're looking at our own belief systems, when we're looking at needing to possibly let go of certain people in our lives and let go of certain belief systems. This card comes up because we realize that we've been carrying around a burden that wasn't ours to bear. So pay attention to that. You've got the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles coming in is a card of finding a new direction. You'll notice that the character here has a little map on the ground right in front of him, and he's got a signpost up here behind him, and he is basically setting out on a new adventure. Now, this card is about taking a new direction in your life. That may be literal. It may be about a possible move or travel, or it may just be taking a different direction in your morality and your belief systems, perhaps becoming more accepting of other people that are around you and so on, getting beyond the illusion, right? Letting go of burdens that are not yours to bear. Your whole reading is beginning to kind of solidify at this point because it was all over the place near the beginning. You've got the Nine of Cups. This is the card I was talking about bringing in some Zen here. This is a card about moving into that place. And remember, this is what you don't see coming. So what you don't see coming is getting blindsided by the reality that you've been bearing a burden that was not yours to bear, that you're finding a new direction, potentially moving, traveling, I'm not sure, or just finding a new direction. And letting go of that which does not serve your highest good and moving into a place of just feeling confident to be who you are, which moves you into the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a card of, sorry, I was just looking to see what else was on the table here. Ace of Swords is about new beginnings. It's about new mental beginnings. It's about new belief systems coming to light. And this is coming up in your unexpected. Is it unexpected? Not really, because when you delve into your morality, there's a good chance that you're going to be, stepping out into new belief systems. Let's take a look at your final general overall outcome. Final general overall outcome for Virgo. That one almost went on the floor. I saved it. Final general overall outcome for Virgo for September. Overall, I think that before I even read these cards, Virgo, I really sense that both these cards landed face down. I haven't had a look at them yet. I really sense, Virgo, that once you take a good, hard, solid look at morality and your belief systems, and once you get some real clarity for yourself as to what you believe to be true versus what you used to believe was true, once you take a look at certain relationships in your life, um, and the dynamic in them, I I'm really sensing that you're going to move into Seeing things beyond the illusion. This is a spiritual awakening for you. Yeah, you've got the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands is about seeing things um, as a competition, but it's also about um, recognizing that we seldom go it 100% alone in life. You do have to build community, but community that isn't going to be looking to try and compete with each other, right? So if you look at this card and the image on this card, they're trying to build something, but everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And so they're not able to build. And the image that came to mind for me to verbalize for you, Virgo, is the barn raisings in the old days, right? Where a group of people, and I know that some of the Mennonite, Hutterite, Amish communities still do barn raisings, where the whole community comes together with the intention of building something, a barn, a new house for a newlywed couple, whatever the case may be. They are all on the same page. And as much as each individual of the community has their individual role to play, so one person's going to be in charge of cooking up the potatoes to feed all the hungry people who are hammering nails and cutting logs and who are measuring and who, somebody's digging holes. Everybody has their individual role to play, but the end goal is the same. Okay. And I get the sense that with this morality card, remember I mentioned division, right? You're either right or you're wrong, depending on which side of the fence you fell with regards to what happened in the last 5 years. Okay. But the end goal is the same, that humanity needs to survive, and we all want the same thing, regardless of which side of the fence we're on. We all want to live a peaceful existence. The Five of Wands represents this scatteredness as people initially all start to come together to work on a project until everybody's individual role begins to have some clarity. And then things all kind of come together and we all work together. And your final general overall outcome here, Virgo, from this very complex reading is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is a card of walking away from that which no longer serves your highest good, which is what this is all about. It's what the morality card is about. Even this card, I will move my fingers here and you can read what it says at the bottom. Let go of people and things that no longer serve you. Right? When you explore your morality, when you explore your belief systems, you are going to come to the realization there are certain things you need to let go of and certain things that you need to embrace. This is a card of letting go and moving into that Zen. You've got sitting in judgment of self, which is the judgment card, moving beyond illusion, letting go of things, letting go of the burdens that you've been bearing that are not yours, taking your life in a new direction. And your final card says it all. Indicates that you are putting your past troubles behind you. It marks the beginning of a new phase and time after upheaval. Needing to walk away from something that is no longer serving your highest good. And with that, Virgo, I'm going to leave off your reading. It was a very long and complex reading. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I would love it if you would allow me the honor of being able to do your next reading in October. And in order to do that, you'll have to like and subscribe. Thank you.